Welcome everybody to Banana Bread Trades. My name is Goose and today is going to be a little different, no charts. We're going to be talking about emotions and the mentality that comes with day trading and how to keep those emotions in check so they don't get in the way of our setups and making money, right? Because we all have those experiences of, oh, we're in profit. I see any sort of green, I need to take profit. Or oh man, it's in the red, I got to just keep holding because it's going to come back, right? We have those moments, or it's moving a break even when we shouldn't have because it came back, hit break even, and then continued up. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how we can control those emotions so that when we do take a trade, we can take it with confidence, right? We can get rid of these emotions. And the way to get rid of these emotions, completely make yourself robotic, is by having a statistic on every single trade you take. Because too often we take a trade because, oh, I think it's going to go up here, or the market's been going up all day, it should continue going up. That's, in the long run, not a statistically profitable strategy, right? Or maybe you're using something that isn't statistically profitable, but you've never ran the statistics on it. So I encourage you, whatever you're working on, find one thing. Just find one singular thing, because that's another problem too, is people will be trading 7 different strats at the same time. Find one, and then do the statistics on that one thing. Whether it be over a few weeks, few months, few years, however long you can do that statistic for, do it. You want to know in the long run what that stat is. I'd honestly recommend checking everything like post 2016, because pre-2016 we're never going to have those market conditions again. Volatility is too high. But back to what we were saying, do the statistics on whatever you're doing, right? And when you get that one stat that's somewhat profitable, find lots of different things to add on to that, right? Like for me, it's initial balance, right? I found initial balance. I found a stat on the rotations of initial balance and how price reacts at initial balance. And then I kept adding things like power trades, delta, volume profile, all sorts of little things to add to this to give it a higher statistic. Then I can trade that, right, with confidence that I can put a stop at X place and a take profit at X place. And know that statistically I'm going to be profitable if I do the same exact thing every single time, right? And at this point, you know, I've done it for so long, I can find little things to make it a little bit better here and there. I'll look for maybe an unfinished auction at the high, right? I know that the market is going to fix an unfinished auction at the high a day more than 70% of the time the same day. Same thing with my initial balance. I know that price is going to react at initial balance some sort of percent of the time, more than 70% of the time, in a positive way or negative way, if delta and volume and power trades all meet this certain criteria, right? So I want you to take whatever strat you're doing, because everyone has their own, do the statistic on it, find things to make it more statistically profitable so that every time you take that trade, you can tell someone, I took this trade because statistically it's going to do this amount of the time. And if I put my stop here, I'll get stopped this percent of the time. If I take profit here, I will get my profit this percent of the time. If I trade it exactly this way, right? You need to take that same trade and do it the exact same way every single time. Because if you don't take your trade the exact same way every single time, what was the point of doing the statistic? Because you're not doing what you tested statistically, right? And then you can start taking things with confidence. You won't have to worry about moving break evens or moving stops or holding on to losers or cutting runners or winners short. You have something, you have a reason for taking a profit at this spot. You have a reason for putting your stop at this spot. You can do that every single time robotically without emotion. So that's really my best piece of advice, is have a statistic and have a reason why you're doing what you're doing. And in the long run, if what you're doing statistically works this percent of the time, then you will be successful. Example, today I took a loser, right? I took a trade at initial balance that I take every single time, right? Delta met my criteria. We had a big delta flip at initial balance high at the hour mark, right? This is a delicious setup to me. We had a finished auction at the high of the day. Everything matched the criteria that I wanted. I took a short, and then price went a little bit in my favor, but then ended up stopping me out, right? And I'm okay with it. It happens. I know that I'm not going to win that trade every single time. But if I take that trade 100 times, I know that in the long run, over those 100 times, if my take profit and my stop is appropriately placed, then I will be profitable. And sometimes I adjust my profit target or my stop based on the structure of the market, because I use, volume profile and these other things to help give me a statistical advantage of like, hey, we have an unfinished auction at the top here. It's going to fill this amount of time. It's this close to where my normal take profit is. I can move it there to give me a better statistical advantage. I just took these things at this place that I take this trade and made where I take my trade more statistically profitable, right? And that's what I want you guys to do. Take whatever one thing you want to do, take that, find things to make it better, and then keep practicing it and doing it exactly the same way. In the long run, we should all be profitable and confident in the trades that we take. So I hope this helps a little bit. I mean, really, that's all trading is just a statistic. So I hope you guys can find a statistic, find what works for you. Comment down below what works for you and why you like it. I love talking to you guys. Feel free to join the Discord. We talk about this stuff all day. That's what the idea of this video came from is, a few of us had a red day and we talked about, hey, what gets in our way sometimes? Why did we have losers today? Why did we have winners today? And what can we do to be better tomorrow? We talk about that every day on the Discord. So feel free to join there. It's a great place to learn. We're just trying to create a community where we have a bunch of like-minded people to talk to and be motivated and have us all get better as traders, right? It's free. Go ahead, join. I don't sell anything, right? I just like helping people. I hope this helped you, and if it did, let me know. If it didn't, let me know and why. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.